I'm Lee, the CEO of CoinNewsExtra. We are calling you around here from Nigeria. So I want you to, I know you already. You are Richard Ells. I want you to introduce yourself to our audience and then tell us briefly what Electroneum is all about.
Hi Lee, thank you very much for inviting me on. I am Richard Ells, the CEO and founder of a company called Electroneum. We've got a free app in the Android store called Electroneum. It's a bit of a mouthful, but do have a Google and find it. It's a mobile-based cryptocurrency. We have teamed up with a number of people that have enabled us to have direct mobile airtime top-up. So you can top up your airtime directly from ETN, directly from our app, if you're in Nigeria, and a few other countries as well. We give away a little bit of ETN as a reward for people to adopt it. So you get a chance to do a sort of a try before you buy almost. You get a chance to actually to use it. Apparently we are with 9 Mobile and Airtel, Geo, Nigeria and MTN. So there's a number of places that you can top up directly with ETN from our app. So download the Electroneum app and have a look at it. We've got loads of coming that make us excited. Let's have a chit chat and see where it goes. But I'll tell you all about what our project does.
Okay, that's great. So, what actually led to the invention of Electroneum? What brought about this?
Well, I've been in technology for years and years. I'm sitting in a building. I've got 2 other digital technology companies in this building as well. Some of them have got really massive corporate clients, and some of them were just end user clients. But we had a whole bunch of developers, and I was into cryptocurrency. So cryptocurrency is technical, but quite highly technical. When I was using it back in 2015, it was all command line based, and it freaked people's brains out. It's too confusing. It still largely is too confusing. So what I wanted to do is make cryptocurrency really easy to use. So we got our app team to make a really easy to use app, and we based our entire cryptocurrency around being used in the app. So you can do instant, which is critical. Most cryptocurrencies are very slow. So you can do instant payments between the app. It's all QR codes rather than having to type in those hideous long keys that you get in crypto. So we just made it really easy to use, and that's really, well, my background was lots of tech and wanted to make things simple.
Okay, that's nice. Recently, the one we were discussing about earlier on, one over here in Nigeria can be able to recharge his or her mobile device with Electroneum. How did it happen? How did you guys achieve this?
Funnily enough, I mean, the idea of reaching out to mobile operators was 2 years ago, I guess. We started our journey, and it's actually been relatively hard. We've got 1 or 2 mobile networks that we actually deal with directly. In Nigeria, we're not dealing with those networks directly. We're dealing with a third party who actually takes the risk on board and tops up. They bulk airtime purchase of US dollars, but they want to make money. They've got a revenue stream that they make from Electroneum. So they accept Electroneum themselves, they pay US dollars for the airtime, and they manage all the top-up process. So it's been a really good relationship because it's enabling us to go out to more countries faster. So it means that we don't have to deal direct and encourage those people like MTN to actually accept ETN directly. But MTN and the other networks, they still get the benefit of people topping up easily. They in US dollars, which is what they want anyway, I guess. But we've got, this is the sort of first stage. So the first stage is giving people some Electroneum, getting them to understand that it has some value and it can be useful and it's easy to use. And then having one place to spend it means we can start encouraging other places. So we can get utility companies and lots of other things in Nigeria to try and encourage on use. And then we've got something that's in beta testing right now. Actually, starting beta testing yesterday, not public beta, but internal beta. We've got a thing called AnyTask, AnyTask or AnyTask.com. And that is a freelancer platform. So I don't know if you've seen Fiverr or Freelancer or Upwork, places that people can sell their skills online. So this is specifically been designed to enable people that are completely unbanked to sell their skills to the global north. So someone in Nigeria could sell their skills. They might be able to draw fantastically well. Perhaps they're very artistic, or they could make a short video about someone's business in America, and then they could sell that to somebody in America or someone in the United States for a very small amount, say $3 or $4, and that $3 or $4 gets sent across in ETN. So it gives people who've got no banking facility at all a way to earn additional value. And at the moment, the only place they can probably spend that is topping up their mobile, all their friends, and parting with some local currency. But we're working on more and more things for them to be able to buy.
Okay, that's very good. Congratulations, you guys are doing great. So with this development in Nigeria, is there any plans? Do you guys have Electroneum? Do you people have any plans of listing in any African exchange?
Absolutely, yeah. At the moment, the only African exchange I think we are listed in is in South Africa. Is that right? Yeah. So there may be a couple of other little exchanges that have been talking about going live. So if I've left you off, then please don't take offence. But yeah, absolutely right. I mean, as you start to see this dropping out in Nigeria, it would be crazy for any Nigerian exchanges to not list Electroneum. It's as simple as that. We are going to be on the ground and growing fast. We're already, I think we've got, I don't know, it's quite a lot of users in Nigeria. I think probably that have gone through our KYC process, probably 30,000, 35,000. I haven't got the numbers to hand, but it's certainly more than 30,000 users in Nigeria, which is a good start for a cryptocurrency. Obviously, a fraction of the number of people there are. So we're a good place to start, but we've got a long way to go yet. Yeah.
Okay, that's very great. Are you people having any challenges with the regulators over here in Africa? Is there any issues with regulators?
Well, regulations is always an interesting one for us. I mean, there are countries that we are very, very strong in user numbers that are outright against cryptocurrency. But I think Nigeria isn't one of those. Nigeria is a bit of a grey area for crypto, but some places that have said no, crypto is banned, like India, for instance. Where we're at with the regulatory environment is 99% of the time, people in a regulatory environment are worried about cryptocurrency mostly for two things. One is they're worried that cryptocurrencies are a scam, and lots of people on the ground are being taken in by scams. You may have seen this on the ground in Nigeria. I know there's been a few cryptocurrency scams that have gone on there. So firstly, we've got to educate users that Electroneum is completely safe and a good company to deal with. And then the second part is that governments are worried about capital outflow from the country. So Bitcoin has historically been used, you've seen it in China, you've seen it in other countries where people are using it to get money outside the country. So they're taking money value from inside and pushing it out for overseas purchases. Now, Electroneum is the exact opposite of that. So we are all about bringing money inflow into a country. And this has never happened in cryptocurrency. So from a regulator's point of view, they haven't seen us and they don't necessarily know what we bring. So what we've done is taken the stance that in some places we will go live, we will show what we are doing, and we will be bringing money into that country. And I think as we do that, we'll have a better chance at engaging with regulators. Currently, right now, we are not engaged with Nigerian regulators at all, and we will be most welcoming of a dialogue with those organisations.
Okay, that's very, very great. So, is there any plan, you guys, any other plans, like any project coming up? Something like roadmap?
Well, we've got, so the biggest one is AnyTask. We've been working on it for over a year. That's our freelancer platform. And what's really clever about that is that the person who's making the purchases with a credit card. And then again, we've done some clever stuff for the company and legal structure to get that remitted in ETN. So that goes live. We've had 25,000 people who've applied for beta testing. We literally went live in our office environment. So I've got, like I said before, I've got 3 companies in this building, and everybody here at the moment is tinkering away, trying to find the bugs, and we've already found different issues on different phones and a few things. So we're fixing up the user flow and the experience, so that by the end of this week, stroke beginning of next week, we'll go out to our first batch of the sort of the real ETN diehard fans who have been with us right since the beginning. So we've got about 20 people that are in our super trusted group. They'll be the next people that are in the public AnyTask, and then we'll be going out to groups of people from these 25,000 to start getting it wider and wider. So now, once that's out, we do have some really big things. One of them is penciled for January. It's not in Africa, it's in Southeast Asia. I can't say what it is. And it's been penciled for this year, and it didn't happen. So if I start stating exactly what it is, it might not happen in January. At the moment, it's penciled in. So I hope that it will happen. But in crypto, anything can change at a drop of a hat. So if a lawyer comes along and scuppers it, who knows? But at the moment, everything is going forwards with a really big thing that's going to happen in January. So I'm excited about it. And that then unlocks another project we've been working on, which is called ETN Everywhere. We have a really great looking site for that, which is it does lots of things actually, but it shows you how easy it is to integrate with your tills, how easy it is to get involved as a merchant. It lists you with a map and a geolocation search, so that we can start putting our merchants into a place, so that it's very easy to find your nearest place to spend ETN in. So that's
the USB wallet.
Oh yeah. Well, that's been worked on, but I'm not sure how many months away that is. We don't have a firm date on it. We've got we're integrating with Ledger. So if people want to get into cold storage outside of our custodial wallet, then there's a cold storage solution that's beyond paper. At the moment, just for your users' perspective, I think it's sort of a slight education piece. In any custodial wallet, including ours, you are some risk, right? So our security is insanely good here. We have HackerOne, who are a global, world-renowned company that look at our security, and they work for the US government, and they work for lots of different organizations, and they're looking at our security, and we're looking at our security. We are super paranoid about security, but so's everybody else. Well, not everybody else has been hacked, but some people get hacked. It's a scary thing. So we will obviously always do everything that we ever can to protect people's crypto. But you should always, the least amount in your custodial wallets, you should have as an everyday amount. The bulk of your cryptocurrency, you should keep in something called cold storage. Now, this is something you need to educate. I haven't got quite long enough to give a full education path on this, but as a cryptocurrency, you have access to things called private keys. So this sounds a bit complicated. We've made a thing called a paper wallet, which is cold storage, and you're welcome to, if you Google Electroneum paper wallet, you'll find our paper wallet system. And this enables you to move out of the custodial wallet system and onto paper. Now, that piece of paper then becomes a very scary thing, because if that piece of paper is destroyed, you have lost the cryptocurrency. So you need to make sure you're protecting that. Or if you have it as a PDF on it, you have to protect it, back it up in some way. So cold storage solutions are slightly scary themselves. So, but I would always recommend that if you have a bulk of cryptocurrency, don't keep it on an exchange, don't keep it in a custodial wallet, do keep it in some form of cold storage. Now, if you don't know what a ledger is, go and have a little look at Ledger. Ledger is an interesting project. It's a USB stick. Again, it has a seed, a mnemonic seed. These are all fairly complicated things, this is what I mean about cryptocurrency being a bit terrifying. But you have a mnemonic seed, you need to protect that and back it up somewhere. But ultimately, it makes cold storage relatively easy. So we are integrating at the moment, and it's quite a few months of work. We are integrating with Ledger, so that Electroneum in bulk, if you have a large amount of value in Electroneum, you could store it on your Ledger device. But in general terms, you can find Bitcoin cold storage wallets, so Bitcoin paper wallet, Ethereum paper wallet, Electroneum paper wallet. If you are confident that wherever you would store that mnemonic key for Ledger, that's where you'd store your paper key. You need to store it somewhere very, very safe. And that's always the first problem that you have with cold storage. So cold storage is a big issue within crypto, and you definitely need to educate yourself about that. In the meantime, you keep a day-to-day amount in your custodial wallet, and that is most certainly makes it easier to use and exchange.
Okay, Mr. Richard, that's great. Recently there are some research that we've made that the key to crypto mass adoption is education. Is there any plans you guys have about crypto education, not only in Africa but in the world at large?
Yeah, two things. So one, ETN Everywhere is quite an education piece. The guys have created, I think there's hundreds of pages now of documentation about cryptocurrency and ETN specific, how the environment works, how you become a merchant, more about the ecosystem and what it does. So there's a bit of education there. We also have a not-for-profit that goes live in the first quarter of 2020. It's called taskschool.com. Now that is an e-learning platform. Specifically, we're working with NGOs around the world, a number in Africa, to try and promote the use of AnyTask. So the idea of AnyTask is to enable people to sell a digital skill online, even though they don't have a bank account. And some of those people will not know, even though they're clever and ingenious people, they won't necessarily know what type of skills there are that they could sell. So we're starting to put together all sorts of examples of what they could do. So for instance, you can take somebody's photograph and you turn that with a number of free Android apps, you can turn that into a cartoon effect. Now, if you take that cartoon effect and spend a bit of time just editing it through a free app, you can then have a really nice cutout cartoon of someone's face. Now, if you then take another free app, which would be a WhatsApp sticker app, you can add things like hands or crying symbols. You can start making a set of cartoon emojis as stickers for someone's WhatsApp. Now, they're quite time-consuming things to make. So if you can find somebody that would make you a set of those stickers for your WhatsApp, there's loads and loads of people, massive market for people that will buy a set of customized stickers for WhatsApp. They just don't have time to do it themselves. If they could buy them for $10, loads of people will buy them. So if we can educate people on how to make those, then the ones that take the time and learn and make the best sets of stickers, which they can obviously display in AnyTask, will attract buyers. And those buyers can then give them, let's say $10 for making them a set of stickers, $5, whatever it may be. And then they can deliver a set of stickers to them and have earned, let's say it's an hour's work to make, they've earned $5 or $10 in an hour, which is a good living. So I think there are loads of opportunities, but people need to be shown what it is, and then they can go, oh, actually, I have the skill level to do that. There may be other things that they don't have the skill level for yet, but there's nothing. Once you can start earning a bit of extra income, maybe you can find some time to start upskilling on other things. So yeah, Task School is coming Q1 as well. Very excited to go live. It's an e-learning platform, which is all going to be free. So even if you chose to learn a skill and sell it somewhere else, we have no problem with that. We just want to upskill people to earn more money.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Richard. It's my pleasure interviewing you. So is there anything you can say to our audience?
Well, look, thanks for looking at the Electroneum project. Go and have a look. Download the app. If you haven't got Electroneum app at the moment, download it, get it on your phone. It's easy to get involved in the project, and it costs literally nothing, and you will get some free ETN for getting involved in the project. So everybody download Electroneum, take a look at it. If there are merchants and things you can start getting involved with, bringing onto the project, we would be very, very grateful. We're in our early stages, and the bigger and more adopted we can get this, the better it will be for everyone. So we're very excited to be out there live on the ground in Nigeria. Thanks for taking the time to watch this, and thank you, Lee, for inviting me on. Very kind of you.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much.